Well, good morning. Tony Virtue speaking, Virtue and Partners with our regular monthly update. And weather's warming up out here, so welcome to a sunny, manly morning. Quite a stable time on the markets over the last few weeks. We've seen the earnings seasons come and go. We're coming into AGMs now, so I'll be attending a number of them on behalf of clients, and you learn a lot by actually talking to the chairman, chief executive away from the actual formal meetings. So that'll be a busy time for us. More generally, the US dropped interest rates, but probably given a guide now that's probably as low as they're going to go. Similarly in Australia, look, we have a rate decision next Tuesday. Obviously it's Melbourne Cup Day. Again, I think we're very, very close to the bottom now. You can see Sydney, Melbourne property prices growing quite rapidly, particularly in the inner city there. So I don't think there's a lot of value in dropping rates any further. And if anything, they can do a little bit more specific, targeted quantitative easing, as they say, just to try and get this economy pumping a little bit better. The key thing to see, though, is this, that even if the GDP is not growing particularly well, the actual purchasing power for the public is growing. In other words, the substitution effect or the replacement effect of better products, better services at a cheaper price means we're getting more bang for our buck. So even if your income isn't necessarily going up, the actual value of what you're getting from that money is improving. And that's the key distinction to understand with that. Now, the net effect of that is that interest rates then will be unlikely to increase very much, which is very much a Goldilocks type situation. I think from a policy perspective, that would be an ideal scenario. Overseas, those of you who've been following the tortuous story in Britain of Brexit, they have an election now on December the 12th. So that should bring that to a head, and probably good for UK banks. And probably better for the economy more generally, as they at least can make some decisions and move forward. Over in America, the story with China keeps dragging on, and I think it's in no one's great interest to bring that to a firm conclusion. But this is a fairly sort of controlled environment, and again, I think that will just kind of probably drift along as we see at the moment. So all in all, a reasonably steady time as we come up to Christmas. We have our Christmas function coming up. We look forward to entertaining you all shortly in Manly. But for the moment, things are pretty solid. We must always be vigilant, always on our guard, and I can assure you we spend every waking hour watching things very, very carefully here. But let's not chase shadows while things are going fairly stably. Let's just live in the moment and enjoy what's happening in our community there. My best wishes to you all, particularly those of you overseas at the moment, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Tony Virtue, where experience pays.